Oh, they're letting you
All right,
know if
we're
it's one or
starting.
two.
You can start. Go
If
ahead.
it's in tune or not.
Testing.
Good morning, Unity. Please feel free to sing along.
Ready, guys? James, stand with me.
Shout with the people.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can play the game and you can act out the part. though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. You just shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I mean to tell you, shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you, oh, shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love and show them the way that you feel.
Make it rain
Shower the
down
people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel.
Make it
Shower
rain
the
down
people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will.
And we're so blessed to have Jim Goldstein back with us this morning. So love you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Reverend Cheryl Myers, and I'm the minister here, and that is very exciting. And I'm excited to be here this morning. And we welcome everyone tuning in via YouTube. We welcome everyone that's here in person. Happy spring. I'm so excited. And you know, I get excited about the little things that happen on our campus. So as you leave today, you'll notice that some of the hedges are trimmed and the holly bushes are trimmed around the Quay house, and some of the bushes that were dead in the front yard are all taken out. I'm just so excited. I know. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for the beauty. Our campus is so gorgeous all the time, but especially vibrant and colorful around this time of year. So, yeah, it's just beautiful to look at you. So let's take a deep breath. And if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes. And let's officially begin our time together in the activity of prayer. Yeah, so we take a deep breath and we close our eyes and we just let our body and mind know that this is our time to be still, to be present and available, to be blessed by spiritual community, by being here this morning, just open to being touched by every word, every interaction. How sweet it is to come together in unity. And so let us set an intention in our heart this morning to be blessed by being here, to leave here today more inspired, more in our knowing of the truth of what we are as divine beings, so that we can go out in the world and we can be that light in the world, the light of love, of unity, seeing everyone as our brother and our sister. And so I'd just like to take a moment, as the people in New Zealand are still healing from the terrorist attack there, we just send them some love in this space of love and open-heartedness. All people are our brothers and sisters. We feel our connection with everyone in the world this morning. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for the light you shine. And for this time, we are so grateful. And so it is. Amen. So if anyone is here this morning for the very first time, please raise your hand and one of the ushers will come and bring a welcome packet to you. And I'm going to call out a couple of people. I told them I was going to call them out. There's a couple here that 2 years ago I officiated their wedding. Right here. This is Gina and Jerome Robinson, and please come up and give them some unity love this morning. I'm so glad. And the way I met this wonderful couple is Jerome used to work for the development that I used to live in Germantown, and he was the angel that would come. I go, Jerome, it's broken. Can you come fix it? And he would come. It was, bless you, you're an angel. All right, let's stand and sing a congregational song. Look at the person next to you. Say, I am love and you are too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the light in you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Every walk of life, every creed and color,
person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. And lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, oh, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Woo-hoo.
We are together, and love is here. Good morning. My name is Bill Sunderman, and this week's transformational opportunities are detailed in our community newsletter, and you can receive next week's edition by sharing your email with us. Please pause now to completely silence your cell phones. Thanks. Well, around the bend is the Big Spring Prosperity Fling online auction. That's a mouthful. Yoo-hoo! Last week, we began taking donations and will be doing so until Sunday, April the 14th at 4 p.m. Now, Mike Fandy will now come up and share some details with me. Come on up, Mike.
Okay, this isn't going to be as glorious as the song, but it's a call and repeat, very quick. The auction is coming. And I'm the one who's going to make it. A lot of fun. Okay, let me start by saying you're probably wondering, what verbal contract did I just enter into? So, let me tell you the 4 things you should know. 1, the auction needs really cool stuff. And whether it's a Starbucks gift card, a chiropractic session, homemade flan, or even a 1991 factory-sealed set of wax packs, which is like a little scratch-off lottery ticket 36 times, we need cool stuff, and you guys have cool stuff. So invite, add, all that stuff. And then the auction needs good inspiration, because sometimes you sit there and like, what can I add to the auction? Well, we've got a bookstore. We're showcasing some of the stuff in the bookstore. It's still building. There's a handful of things there right now. Go in, take a look around, think through what could you add. The auction needs awareness. Tell your friends. Share on social media. But we need awareness. And then obviously the auction needs bidders. So bid. Okay. Okay, so those are the 4 things. That's a verbal contract. Hope you're okay with that. You ready for it? Okay. And here's the pun of the day. We can't spell auction without you.
Very good, Mike. Very good. So, thank you, Mike. This is such a lovely and prosperous event here at Unity of Gaithersburg, and we thank you in advance for all your support. Now, mark your calendars, June 2nd through the 7th for SEE, Spiritual Education and Enrichment Week. Woo! We're now live online and accepting registrations. What a fabulous week we have in store. Due to popular demand, Reverend Paul Hasselbeck and Robert Brummett are once again joining us from Kansas City. Our classes will include Bible, metaphysics, unity fundamentals, self-awareness, discerning your life purpose, Eye of the Storm, and a special evening class on unity and a course in miracles. Come join us. You'll be glad you did. And lastly, Mike Fandy, Mike LaPointe, and Peggy Schuller will be in the lobby today after service to take your picture for the online directory we're creating in Breeze. Breeze is a software program that we use here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So come on out, say cheese, and get your picture taken. This is a great way to connect with each other and in our community. And now, let's please center ourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. Today's word is peacemaker. Affirmation, I am a willing instrument of peace. St. Francis of Assisi wrote, "Make me an instrument of peace. As I use my energy to generate peaceful thoughts and actions, I contribute to peace in the world. When I am friendly, helpful, and express empathy, I am in service to peace. When I communicate with others from my heart, I know my words create connection and love. My actions toward peace call forth the highest consciousness in those around me. I may feel helpless to positively impact conflicts around the world. At such times, I focus my thoughts, prayers, communications, and actions on peace. The Hebrew word for peace is shalom, which means a personal act of goodwill and kindness toward others. I practice living peacefully, and my peaceful actions and compassionate way of being reverberate around the world." And from Romans 15:5, "May you live in harmony with one another." Now let's prepare for meditation by singing "All Is Well."
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can feel my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that just melts on my heart. Gentle voices calling. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well.
So once again, let us take a deep breath together. And if you feel comfortable, just gently close your eyes. And following the deep breath, I invite you to start following the movement of your breath, moving in and out, as this is an excellent way to bring your focus and attention into this present moment. Instead of focusing on busy thoughts or the to-do list of things we need to accomplish today, let's just shift our focus gently to the movement of the breath, moving in and out. And notice if there's any tension in the physical body, just focus the breath into those areas. And release that tension with the exhale. Let the focus on the breath, the movement of the breath moving in and out, begin to bring your body and mind to a place of peace. For underneath any turmoil that's happening in our lives, any conflict or any anxiety, underneath that, within our being, is peace. Peace is inherently our nature as divine beings, regardless of whether we feel that way right now. We can always access peace within through our willingness to be still, to let go of the external world and its draw and focus, and instead breathe. Breathe into the peace of our being. So just breathe into that inner peace that is you right now. And envision that peace as a gentle, warm light that infills your very being, that infills every thought, every cell, your entire body. Envision right now the light of peace infilling you. And silently affirm, I am peace. I am peace. And feel yourself centered in that knowing and claiming. Feel your body relax and settle in to that truth. I am peace. For as we claim peace and we know peace within our own being, we can more readily send that light of peace out into our world in our daily prayer time. In those moments when we stop and pause and think of others that could be struggling right now, that could be hurting. Sending peace out is an active way to make a difference in our world. So from the claiming of the inherent peace we are within, let us move now into a time of silence. And as we do so, send the light of peace that you are out to our world. Let us send some to New Zealand right now, all across the globe, as well as our workplaces, our homes, the spiritual community. Send the light of peace that you are out into our world. See it. Send it. And know that it makes a difference. Let us do this now in the silence. this simple act of sending peace out to our world is a way to create peace in our world. It is actively being in service from the light that we are to make a difference in our world. As we pause, as we stop and we send peace to our brothers and sisters all over the world, to a stranded car on the roadway, to our spouse, to our children, to our co-workers. I am peace. Just simply affirm that again as you take a deep breath into that knowing and claiming and expressing. I am peace, and I am willing to be an instrument of peace in my world. Thank you for being that light. And so let's take another deep breath together. And so it is. Amen.
Once when we were young, songs as yet unsung, we became connected through the things we've just begun. And friends for every age, dancing on our stage. Life was full of promise as we kept our hearts engaged. Best friends forever, that was our song. Best friends forever, strong. Just the two of us, riding on the bus. I could tell you anything. We had that kind of trust. And who would ever guess we'd be so much less? One day I would think of you and just feel emptiness. Best friends forever. Something went wrong. Best friends forever. Gone. Now hurt when unexpressed can lead to deep unrest. Distance hides the feelings and relationships regress. And when we don't discuss what's come between us, that which was authentic soon becomes as dry as dust. I've wondered what's underneath all the pain. The truth is just waiting to come out again. If you'd be so kind as to change your mind, we could be together and just leave the past behind. But even if you don't, if you can't or won't, I will see us as we are, together for all time. Best friends forever. There's nothing wrong. Best friends forever. Strong. Best friends forever. As love goes on, best friends forever, strong. Thank you.
That's a Jim Goldstein original. Is that gorgeous? So perfect. Thank you. It's so perfect. Thank you, Jim, because we're talking about relationships, and we'll get to that. But first, there was a feud going on in the church between the pastor and the choir director, and it was getting pretty heated. And one week, the preacher preached on commitment and how the congregation should dedicate themselves to service. And the director then led the choir in singing, "I shall not be moved." The next Sunday, the preacher preached on giving and how they should gladly tithe to the work of the Lord. And the choir director then led the song, "Jesus paid it all." See, if you're a Baptist, you really get these songs. Okay? The next Sunday, the preacher preached on gossiping and how they should all watch our tongues. We should all watch our tongues. And the hymn was, "I love to tell the story." The preacher became disgusted over the situation, and the next Sunday he told the congregation he was thinking of resigning. And the choir then sang, "Oh, why not tonight?" When the preacher resigned the next week, he told the church that Jesus had led him there and Jesus was taking him away. And the choir then sang, "What a friend we have in Jesus." Yeah. This is definitely not what I'm talking about here in terms of direct communication. So for those of you that have been here over the last few weeks, I've been really excited to share with you a book that's near and dear to my heart. It's the most powerful communication tool and the most powerful class I took in ministerial school, called Nonviolent Communication. And the book is called Nonviolent Communication, The Language of Life by Marshall Rosenberg. And we are also in the midst of our season for peace and nonviolence. And it just seemed like the perfect thing for us to bring forward right now, especially what's going on in our world. And Jesus also said, blessed are the peacemakers. And this tool is absolutely to create more peace in our world. It's a beautiful way to communicate and resolve conflict. Have a conversation that we might label as difficult. And we can do it seeing the other person, hearing the other person, giving from our heart. It's a way for us to stay connected. And one of the things I'm really clear about and know about is gossip. It eliminates the need for gossip. It supports going direct. And sometimes we go, well, what is gossip? Gossip is when someone has hurt you or made a decision or something that you don't quite understand, and instead of going directly to that person and asking them about it and having a conversation about it, you go to someone else. And it's called triangling. And that is one of the most detrimental practices in relationship that we can do, folks, especially in community and with each other. So nonviolent communication supports us in taking responsibility for our experience, our ability, my ability to respond. It helps us to respond consciously, to be the expression of love and compassion and authenticity that creates relationships that are loving, compassionate, and authentic. It's a tool to help us communicate what is alive in us with empathy and honesty. We're considering the feelings and needs of not only us but others. And remember last week, we talked about the cause of our feelings is never about other people's behaviors. The cause of our feelings is never about other people's behaviors. What another person does is the stimulus for what you feel, but not the cause of your feelings. You know, you made me feel. No. What that's tapping into is an unrecognized need. Did you know that underneath judgments, criticisms, interpretations, and the way we diagnose each other, there's an unrecognized need? If someone comes up to you and says, "You're not listening to me," what they're really expressing is their need to be heard. It's not being fulfilled for them. Or, "You work all the time and don't have time for us to do things together." The need underneath that expression is probably connection or intimacy. So the tricky part about expressing our needs indirectly, like this, is that the person hears them as a criticism, as a judgment. And then what happens then, when you're trying to communicate what's not working for you, but if you do it indirectly in that way, as they hear it as a criticism or judgment, all the energy that they could invest in connecting with you, they start investing it in protection and defending and counterattacking. Have you ever experienced that? Okay. Yeah, if we want someone to communicate, if we want to connect with someone, we need to express our needs and our feelings directly instead of covertly. But it can be scary, can't it? Because we don't know how it's going to be received. So talk about something that wasn't taught to me in school. I didn't learn what a real feeling is, much less what a need is. You know, and often when we express our needs, we get concerned, well, I'm going to show up needy. But many of us were raised to feel we were responsible for the needs of others, for the feelings of others. Anybody else relate to that? As a result, we make other people wrong for not meeting our needs because they're just supposed to know what they are, right? If he loved me, he'd know that I want him to massage my feet. I said they were hurting. He's ignoring me. If she knew me, she would know that I think about her all the time and that I love her. I wish she wouldn't be so sensitive and demanding. My teenager is so lazy. Doesn't he know the laundry goes in the laundry basket and not on the floor? Jeez. How's that kind of communication working for us? Yeah. Marshall Rosenberg was an amazing mediator, and he did mediation work with all kinds of groups, gangs and law enforcement, between landowners and migrant farm workers, between Israelis and Palestinians. And what he noticed is that the skill that everyone seemed to have down pat was the ability to make each other wrong, instead of being able to clearly express their own needs. And this is what he said. He said, it's been my experience over and over again that from the moment people began talking about what they need rather than what's wrong with one another, the possibility of finding ways to meet everyone's needs is greatly increased. So what is a need, though? I didn't grow up with that dictionary. There are some examples of basic human needs we all share. Autonomy, the ability to choose our dreams, our goals, our values, and how to fulfill them. Celebration, to celebrate the creation of life and fulfill dreams, and to acknowledge the loss of loved ones, to mourn. It's a need. Integrity, and that includes authenticity, creativity, self-worth, and meaning. Interdependence, which includes acceptance, appreciation, connection, emotional safety, love, respect, empathy, trust. Spiritual communion, beauty, harmony, order, and peace. We have a need for play, for fun and laughter, for physical nurturance, like air, food, rest, shelter, water, touch, protection. You know, Marshall Rosenberg talks about the experience of emotional liberation. And what that means is when we are emotionally liberated, it means that we know that our feelings are something that we have. They don't have us. And we know that when we have a feeling, that underneath that feeling is a need. So in order for us to experience emotional liberation, we get to respond to the needs of others with compassion, never out of guilt or fear or shame, because we take responsibility for our feelings, our actions, and our intentions, but not the feelings and actions and intentions of others. See, the truth is we can never meet our own needs at the expense of another person. And when we're experiencing emotional liberation, we state clearly what we need in a way that lets the other person know that we are equally concerned about their needs being met. We have empathy. That's what nonviolent communication is all about. Okay, so we have a need. And so then, I'm moving through the steps of nonviolent communication, and I'm going to review those with you in just a moment. In order to have our needs met and have our lives enriched, we need to learn how to make a request. And a request is asking for actions that might fulfill our needs. And we get to do it in positive language. Okay, I'm going to go back to that scenario about the massaging feet thing. Okay. If he loved me, he'd know that I want him to massage my feet. I said they were hurting. He's ignoring me. Okay, sometimes we might start out by saying to our partner, "Don't ignore me." Okay, when you hear that, do you feel inspired to massage that person's feet? And plus that, it doesn't communicate. Don't ignore me. How is this person's partner supposed to understand that by me saying don't ignore me, that means I want you to massage my feet? They don't know. It's important to make requests in clear, positive, concrete action language so the person knows exactly what's being requested of them. There's no ambiguity. So the woman might say, honey, my feet are hurting. In the South, we say, my dogs are barking. I would feel so grateful if you would massage my feet. You know, I need to be, my feet need to be in good shape because I'm going to stand all day the next day, and it would just be so nice. I would feel so grateful if you would massage my feet. Would you massage my feet? Yes, honey. Yeah. Instead of saying, have you ever heard, honey, my feet sure do hurt. Wow, I feel so good if someone would massage them. Yeah. I think you get the point. Or, dadgummit, honey, massage my feet. That's a demand. There's a difference between a request and a demand. Because you know something is a demand by the way the speaker of the request, how they show up if it's not met. If they judge, if they criticize, if they lay a guilt trip on you, it's a demand. So when someone meets a request, it's always so nice to express appreciation. Okay, so let's review the 4 steps of nonviolent communication. The first step is someone does something to hurt you, and you want to clear it up with them because you're not going to go talk about it in the parking lot, right? So you go to the person directly and you say exactly what you observed without interpretation. Step 1. The next step is you express your feelings authentically. Step 3, you recognize and take responsibility for your feelings and know that the feelings that you're feeling are because there's a need not being met. You express that need. And finally, number 4, you make a request. It's so simple, isn't it? It might sound simple, but it's not always. But I tell you, if you take on this practice, it lays the foundation for creating relationships that are so much more loving, so much more authentic. So, this week, you want to take this on? Will you take this on? All right. I just invite you this week, if you choose to explore, look at your feelings. Look at what you're feeling about something. You know, even when you look at something on Facebook, something turns you, or you're in relationship with someone, you have a feeling. And it might be unsettling to you. I invite you to explore a little deeper. What's the need? First of all, get in touch with what the feeling really is. Remember, there's a difference between a feeling and a thought and an opinion. What are you feeling? What's the need underneath that? Because remember, just because you have a need does not make you needy. You are a human being and you have needs. Practice making a request to someone coming from an awareness of the need that is being made by that request. And please appreciate them when they attempt to meet that need, that request. And there's some nonviolent communication books in the bookstore. And I really invite you to see if it resonates for you, see if it's a practice that you would like to integrate on your spiritual journey. So, let's take a deep breath. Thank you for your willingness to receive these teachings. And I bless you as you practice them. Let's affirm together. As I express my needs and make requests non-violently, I create relationships based in honesty and empathy. And so it is. Bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Cheryl. That's great. And now is the time to give of our unlimited abundance and open hearts. As you prepare to place your tithe or consistent giving card in the offering bag, or give online as you join us via YouTube, here's some prosperity wisdom from 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. The intelligence of nature functions with effortless ease, with carefreeness, harmony, and love. And when we harness and express the forces of harmony, joy, and love, we create success, good fortune, and effortless ease. Let's affirm now our offering blessing together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I'm so grateful.
1, 2, 3, 4. See it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can't go on? Why do you see it your way? Run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone.
We can work it out. We can work it out.
Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still you think that it's alright. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight.
We can
Work it out.
We can work it out.
Life
Is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again.
try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. While you see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long.
We can
Work it out.
we can
Work it out.
Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. While you see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can
Work it out.
we can
Work it out.
Before we welcome in the children, we talked about having pictures taken out in the lobby for the Breeze Online Directory. I want to just draw your attention, just so you know who these people are. Mike LaPointe, he's stand up, Mike, and Peggy Schiller. They're going to be out in the lobby taking your pictures, so say cheese. Okay, let's stand and welcome in the youth. I've got you. I've got me. I've got us coming together. I've got you. I've got me. I've got us coming together. One heart, one mind, one love, coming together, 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 coming together. One heart, one mind, one love, coming together. Please be seated.
Thank you. Today we talked about what it's like to be of service to others and to accept service from others. And we've got some affirmations.
I have divine wisdom and I know the way to go.
Yes.
I am enough, and I have everything I need to get to where I want to be.
Yes, absolutely.
I am grateful for who I am and can be.
Yes.
I am grateful for every gift I have and have yet to receive.
Yes.
I am ever expanding yet whole, wise enough to know that there is plenty left to learn, humble and happy as I grow.
Thank you. Let us stand and bless our children.
You are the light of the world. Live as the light. Let's join hands and sing our peace song. Have a beautiful, peace-filled week, communicating nonviolently. And just a reminder, there are 2 prayer chaplains at the back of the sanctuary ready to pray with you. Have a beautiful week.
Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can't go on? Why do you see it your way? Run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone. We can work it out. We can work it out. Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still you think that it's alright. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime to While you see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or I am wrong. While you see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out.